Next we shuffle over to a cheap family diner for lunch. After we finish eating and refill our glasses from the drink station, we get out the books we just bought and check them out.
このギャグ漫画最高笑うの我慢するの苦しい
Calm down, please. We're in public.
だって面白すぎてそのシリーズ面白いよね最高あ、ごめんねすずせっかく買った本先に読んじゃって気にしないでそれが終わったらこっちも読んでみて面白いよありが
Look, can you cut it out, please? People are gonna start staring at us. I'm just glad we are here on a weekend, which means the place is jam-packed with families and loud, obnoxious children.
面白すぎてこれ以上笑いこらえるの無理なんだってめっちゃ楽しい CD もフラゲできたしセリラのフィギュアもゲットできたしもう最高
You are way too hyper, girl.
ここでテンション上がらなくてどこで上げるってんだい
What kind of dialect are you even trying for? She stops laughing long enough to chug her drink, then slams the glass on the table.
デート違う
Took you long enough?
ようやく気づいたわこれデートじゃない
Yeah, you're a bit late. Honestly, I wish she would have realized this sooner, like when she was freaking out over her figure in the anime shop sooner. Unfortunately, since she's only regained her presence of mind after we've completed the vast majority of what we had planned, there's no saving this date. It's done so.
いや、アイドラのミニフィギュアを見つけて、しかもゲットしたのが嬉しくて、なんかテンション上がって、当初の目的と己を見失った。
More like you repurposed the entire day.
どうしてこうなったセリラが魅力的すぎるせいか。
Yeah, it's all your fault.
まったく、セリラってのは罪な女だよ。
Hello? Listen to me. And seriously, quit shifting the blame onto a fictional character. Suzu watches us, giggling with the brightest smile on her face. After stuffing our stomachs, we head to our next destination, the arcade. We just kind of walk around aimlessly, checking stuff out, until we come to some crane games.
アイドラの缶バッジだ
I knew it. In a turn of events that everyone and their mother saw coming, the curtain opens on the second act in the Idola commotion saga. Yeah, I totally expected this, so it's better to just roll with it. Idola to Nanaru is like catnip is to cats. An addictive drug that once tasted, she cannot be taken away from.
でも私、クレーンゲームあんまり得意じゃないんだよね。ねえ、見て見てこの端っこにあるセリラ、頑張ったらいけるんじゃないかなうん、これならちょっと持ち上げて落とせばいけるかもお兄ちゃん頑張
Hey, what? I have to do all the work again? Jesus Christ, you guys. Just so you know, I'm not all that good at crane games either.
そういう人ほどいざという時強いんだって頼むよ、ゴッドハンド
Can you look at my eyes instead of my hands when you're talking to me? It's like my entire worth as a human being is in my right hand.
頑張って、兄さん
Suzu, don't you stare at my right hand too. My eyes are up here.
いけいけゴーゴー
Guess I might as well give it a shot. I slot some change into the machine and press the button to get the crane arm to move. It's the standard type with 2 prongs. The horizontal positioning isn't too bad. I move the arm carefully as I drop it towards the Serida pin badge.
頑張れアームつかめつかめ頑張れ頑張れ
Choke the chicken? What?
頑張れ頑張れ
Where did you learn that?
キス先輩から。
Damn that girl. Why is she always gotta be putting filth in their minds? Anyhow, the arm is now in contact with the badge. I try to grab it, but only end up grazing the top of it.
惜しかったね。
They both slump their shoulders as they peer into the glass after that anticlimactic ending. I open my wallet, ready to give it another shot, but before I can take a coin out, Nanaru says,
こんな日もあるよ。よし、次行こう次。
She jumps back and leaves the crane game behind her. You sure?
なんで？
Not like you to give up so fast. Normally she wouldn't have left this machine until we'd won.
今日の私にはこれがあるからね。
She grins at me as she takes out her newly obtained cellular minifigure and shows it to me.
だからいいの。
Nanaru. Seeing her so honestly joyful about the figure has my chest feeling a little warm. With a smile on her face makes me thank the gods for my good luck.
また明日挑戦するわ。
You haven't given up at all. We hang out at the arcade a while longer before getting on the train back home. However, not wanting to head back to the house just yet, we end up swinging by the local convenience store.
わあ、アイス美味しそう。
You just had lunch not too long ago.
いいな、いちごのやつとか美味しそうだな。
Listen to me when I'm talking to you.
美味しそう。
Okay, everyone just ignore me then. My two sisters peer into the ice cream freezer with sparkling eyes. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get them to leave the store empty-handed now.
よし、私がすずのアイスを買ってあげよう。わかった。じゃあ私が兄さんのアイスを買うね。それでお兄ちゃんが私のアイスを買えば、やだ、完璧。
Are you seriously considering something so pointlessly roundabout? At that point, we might as well just buy our own. Just buy your own dang ice cream.
普通じゃつまんないじゃん。
We are buying a goddamn snack, girl. Why you gotta turn this into a Christmas gift-giving event?
楽しいわ。日常の至るところに転がってるんだぜ。
Where's this random profound saying coming from? It sounds like a proverb, but the fact that Nanaru said it means it must be of her own invention. She's shockingly good at spontaneous thinking, I tell you.
なんか相手の好みを考えてそれを選んで当てるって楽しそうじゃない？すっごく楽しそうでしょでしょ。どれにしようかな。兄さんはどれが好きかな。
The two girls start getting all excited about choosing ice cream. Guess I'll pick one out for Nanaru, not that I have a choice. I go to do so, but I soon realize I'm not sure which one of these she'd like. She's not very choosy when it comes to food. She'll happily eat any ice cream given to her, no matter if it's the cheap stuff mom buys or the expensive ones dad occasionally brings home. She's like a pigeon, has the brain of one and the...
誰が胸も鳩だって？
Don't read my thoughts before I even think them. So, maybe this one. I end up picking out a red top, slightly expensive ice cream, vanilla flavored. It's a pretty standard choice, but not one us broke students can afford to eat often. Even if she doesn't love it, I doubt she'll be disappointed.
ハーゲンボッツだ。
Argenbots. And as I predicted, her face lights up. Alright, be back in a sec. I'm gonna go pay for this.
あ、ちょっと待ってお兄ちゃん。
What? It's gonna melt if I dawdle around?
バニラか。バニラね。
You want a different flavor?
だからニアピンってことで別の味持ってきてもいい？
Doesn't this kinda defeat the point of your game? This was meant to be a game, wasn't it? Well, I don't really care. Just go get it quick.
やった！ありがとうお兄ちゃん。
She gleefully takes the ice cream, returns it to the freezer, and picks something else out. Wonder what she wanted. Maybe one of those special seasonal flavors? Just as I'm thinking this, she returns to me with a big smile plastered across her face.
お兄ちゃん、これ
That's a whole freaking tub of Hagen bots! I can't buy that. That's a whole 1,000 yen. I had to say something after she came running over, holding out the box to me with both hands.
兄さん、アイス買ったよ
Not long after Nanaru returns, Suzu comes bringing over my ice cream.
何買ったのガルガリ君を3つ
Why so many? One is more than enough for me.
男の子は質より量の方が大事って聞いたからいっぱいあったら嬉しいかなって思って
Suzu, I'm happy about that, but I don't know if I can handle 3.
大丈夫だよお兄さん全部違う味を選んだから
I appreciate the consideration, Suzu, but that's not the problem. Did she not even consider how many I'd want to eat?
でもパッケージの男の子は一度に3つ食べてるよ
Yes, for marketing purposes. Actually, eating 3 in reality would kill your stomach. This results in us leaving the convenience store with only the 3 ice pops Suzu bought. In our search for a place to sit and eat our ice cream, we end up at the seaside. The sun isn't too strong and the breeze is nice and refreshing.
はいアイス代お兄ちゃんも
Is that enough?
もうアイス代なんて気にしなくていいのにそういうわけにはいかないでしょ結局まともにアイス買ったのすずだけなんだし
I don't want to hear that from you. You were about to make me pay for a 1,000 yen tub. There are some things in life you can't predict, and having both my budget and my ice cream consumption record broken were 2 of them.
まあまあ細かいことは気にしないにしても久しぶりに食べるなガルガリ君たまに食べると美味しいよねこういうのって
Yeah. We all 3 gaze out at the sea as we suck our ice pops, sitting atop a large rock. We're also all holding bags filled with the books and stuff we got at the anime store.
今日一日楽しかったそうだねうん私もとっても楽しかった
She looks at Nanaru, swinging her legs off the rock in satisfaction, and quietly but happily nods.
いやー B 系のみんなと行くのも楽しいけどお兄ちゃんたちと行くと遠慮しなくていいから楽だわ
Really? Pretty sure you act the exact same around those guys.
してるアイスうめえ
At least try and sound convincing.
まあナナルってば子供みたいえそううん宿題やったって聞かれた子供みたい
One who definitely hasn't either.
失礼な今年の私はちゃんとやって9月1日に提出しましたよだ
Thanks to Suzu's help.
今日は楽しかったな
You're awful at changing the subject. So is Mom, come to think of it. I guess it runs in the family. I'll admit I find it cute though, that might just be my bias from falling in love with her.
でも今日は本当に楽しかったねあでも
This smile suddenly disappears from her face and her shoulders droop.
楽しかったけどなんかほとんど今までと変わんないね
Yeah. We just went and hung out together. Nothing different from the many times we did things together as siblings. The quote-unquote date component of our date was sorely lacking. Suzu being with us is probably largely to blame for that. That being said, it wouldn't be right of us to flirt with her around. We'd just be making her feel awkward. So... But I think that's alright. Who says we need to change things any?
そうかな
Yeah.
そうだね別に急ぐ必要もないしごめんね
She's hanging her head apologetically, fumbling with a stick from her finished ice pop.
私がついてきちゃったからデートっぽいことできなくて。いやすずが気にすることじゃないって。
Yeah, don't apologize. We were the ones that invited you.
そうこの前の埋め合わせだって最初に言ったじゃん。ありがとう。どうしたの？ちょっと安心しちゃって。
Huh?
実はね、ちょっと不安だったの。
She speaks her feelings as she looks out at the calmly flowing waves.
兄さんとナナルが付き合い始めて、私だけ置いてけぼりになっちゃうんじゃないかなって。
Huh?
なわけないじゃん。
We both shout out in shock after hearing Suzu confess to being worried about something we never even considered. But it does make sense, thinking about it.
そんなことないって分かってたけどちょっと不安になっちゃったの。二人が仲良くなったらその分私がお邪魔になるかもって。すず。でも兄さんは兄さんでナナルはナナルのままだったからすごく安心した。邪魔なんかじゃないし仲間外れなんてするわけないじゃん。分かってるよ。
Suzu gently smiles and nods in response to Nanaru's almost offended denial.
だから安心して帰れるんだよ。私先に戻るね。デートの邪魔しちゃってごめん。
Huh? Suzu, wait.
じゃあまた後でね。
She avoids the hands we reach out to stop her and runs alone up the sand. And just like that, she's gone. She's sprinting back at full speed.
速っ、すずめっちゃ足速っ。
Usain Jolt? Pretty sure she set a new 100-meter record.
無表情なのが怖い。
Her abrupt U-turn leaves her sweaty and out of breath.
忘れてた。何を？買った本忘れるところだった。それは一大事。ごめんね。じゃあごゆっくり。
She picks up her shopping bag and then sprints off again. Beachgoer A. Kya, what was that? A whirlwind? She leaves a slew of dumbfounded people in her wake.
すず、あんなに足速かったんだ。
I sure as hell didn't.
夜中に追いかけられたら泣くレベルだね。
Hopefully she doesn't end up spawning ghost rumors. Who would have thought I'd see the results of my sister's growth here and now, and in that form? As I'm absent-mindedly thinking to myself, the corners of Nanaru's mouth raise into a smile.
ありがとう、すず。
Hmm?
なんでもない。
She cheekily shakes her head, then stares out at the sea. Of course, I heard that, but I pretend I didn't and gaze out at the sea along with her. Even I understand the reason for Suzu's impromptu departure. She felt guilty and wanted to give us time to ourselves. I'm grateful for my sister's generosity, but honestly, god damn, I can't think of anything to say. Normally the two of us just talk about anime, school or whatever else is happening. But when I look over and see the expression on her face, none of those feel like the right thing to discuss now. Evening has long since come and night will soon follow, but the sky on this summer day is still brightly lit. Most of the beachgoers for the day have already packed up their things and gone on home. The beach cabana we worked at is also empty. I'd imagine they're probably closed by now. Nanaru and I gaze silently at the calm sea stretching out before us.
綺麗だね。
Yeah. The sight of the sun sinking below the sea horizon is something us small town folk get to see every day. But it's a sight that seems so very special to us right now.
ねえお兄ちゃん。
Hmm?
私まだ恋人らしいことってよくわかんないけどさ、今日すっごく楽しかった。お兄ちゃんとすずと一緒に出かけてすっごく楽しかった。恋人同士のデートっぽくはなかったけどさ。
The tinge of sadness in her final sentence has me momentarily at a loss for words. I thought she was satisfied just having fun today, but I guess part of her regrets that we didn't get to spend time as a couple. Though I do understand why she was so insistent upon Suzu coming, it was her way of apologizing to her for more than one thing. So, I had fun too.
本当？
She asks hesitantly. I give my girlfriend a great big nod to reassure her. Yeah, it was great.
じゃあお兄ちゃん、今日ってデートかな？
Obviously. If your partner is smiling and having a good time, then that's a date.
すずが一緒だったけど。
Yeah. What's better than a date with my cute girlfriend and little sister? Ah. The moment I say this, I flinch, realizing she might be angry I just unintentionally put being my sister and my girlfriend on the same level.
かわいい彼女ね。
But apparently she wasn't bothered by it. All she does give me her trademark cheeky grin. She takes the ice pop stick out of her mouth and looks over at me, her smile illuminated by the rays of the sun.
お兄ちゃん、大好き。
I love you too.
じゃあ、
She closes her eyes and leans a teensy bit forward. Understanding what she wants, I wrap my arms around her shoulders and press my lips against hers. I wish I could savor the sensation of her soft lips on mine forever. It starts getting a little hard to breathe, though, so we have to pull apart. She looks up at me, red in the face but smiling with glee. We share one more kiss. What a great day! Though it is honestly a bit hard to call it a date. But we did kiss in the end. Hehe. I start giggling to myself as I raise my fingers to my lips. I'm still in awe at how soft girls' lips are, no matter how many times we kiss. I guess even though I'm no longer a virgin, I'm still one at heart. Well, it hasn't been that long. I feel my manhood start to react as I think back upon the sex we had the other day. Crap, this isn't good. As hard as I'm getting, I'm gonna have to fap, or this'll bother me for the next hour. I better go to sleep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep. I rush to think of some way to distract myself as I huddle under the covers. Wait, how many sheep was I on? Eventually I lose count of how far I've gotten. The sheep in my mind are all lined up, and they've even started tap dancing. However, that's when I hear a sudden knock on my door. Who could it be at this hour? As I'm pondering that question, they knock again. Coming, coming. Still not knowing who it is, I crawl out of bed and open the door. Nanaru? She is standing in front of the door in her pajamas, looking a bit lost. What's up?
その、
Her eyes dart around and she starts rubbing her fingers together nervously. Just come in for now. She walks in after me and plops down on my bed. Everything okay? She was in a great mood the whole evening, so I'm struggling to understand what's got her looking so glum. Is there something she needs to tell me? Or maybe she just couldn't tell me while we were out that she didn't have a good time or something.
お兄ちゃん
Mm-hmm.
ねエッチなことして
What? I can't help but doubt my ears. Did you say sex?
デートの締めくくりに
Who taught her that all dates end with sexy time? It was Kisu-senpai, wasn't it? It has to be. I clear my throat and calm myself instead of rashly giving into my lust. Then I attempt to reason with her. Well, I mean, like Suzu's next door. She might hear us.
大丈夫みんなもう寝ちゃってるみたいだしそれに声抑えるからダメ
No man can deny his girlfriend when she looks up at him seductively and says, "Pretty please." Nanaru. I wrap my arms around her shoulders and gently kiss her. You really wanna get down and dirty that badly? I whisper that in her ear, trying to tease her a bit.
そうじゃないけどやっぱりデートの最後には必要かなってアニメの最後に予告がないとなんかモヤモヤするでしょ
Is it really, though? I mean, sure, I understand cliffhangers, but can you really compare these two things?
お兄ちゃんはそうじゃなかった
Nah, I get that unsatisfied feeling.
もう抜いちゃったとか
Did you really have to use the word fap? Did you really?
ごめんしこっちゃった
You went in the opposite direction. But no, I haven't.
じゃあエネルギー充填 1200% なんだ
That would leak out of me. I'd be a water hose without a nozzle right now. Pretty sure even 120% would be a dangerous amount.
ね私もちょっとドキドキしちゃって
Did you already schlick?
はあそれ恋人に言うセリフかよクソ童貞
I ain't no virgin. And how about you open the fucking backlog and see the kinda vulgar words you used for me?
ごめんなんかやっぱり照れくさいねこういうの
Agreed. We know each other well as siblings, but we are still a novice tier couple. Though I'm sure we'll get there in due time, I think.
私帰ってからお兄ちゃんのことばっかり考えてたそれだけでなんだか熱くなってきちゃってその大事なところがもうすごいことになっちゃって
I won't? What is it like right now? Is it one of those? Is a tentacle growing from it?
だから
What?
お兄ちゃん確かめてみて
And cut! I'll see you in a second. Nanaru Route 7. I don't want to be a sister. Completely exhausted from having sex, I went to bed expecting to sleep soundly until morning. I expected I would, but for some reason, I wake up in the middle of the night. I feel like someone's staring at me. I timidly open my eyes and see Nanaru, who went to sleep with me, staring at me through the darkness. I was a little worried it might have been Suzu or our parents, so thank goodness for that. Something wrong, Nanaru?
なんでもないちょっと目が覚めただけ
Oh, night then.
おやすみ
After waiting for her to shut her eyes, I shut my own. I'm glad today's date worked out. I reopen my eyes and stare at Oni-chan's face as he sleeps. We went out today, plus we had sex on top of that, so I'm sure he's exhausted. I should be just as exhausted too, but for some reason I have this queasy feeling in my chest that's stopping me from sleeping.
これでよかったのかな。
I'm in a relationship with my big brother, the person I love, and yet
やっぱりなんか違う気がする。
this isn't like my past anxieties. This queasy feeling has been growing inside me, slowly but surely. Several weeks have passed since we started going out. We've hung out, had fun, sometimes had sex, sometimes done things that couples do. At least, that's what I thought. Until one day,